What is your take on keto diet? Because I remember once, I think it was like 5, 6 years back, 1 month I went on full keto, just subscribed to some thing and they would send me food every day. And in 1 month, I lost close to 7 to 8 kgs. And I also lost a lot of happiness because no carbs. I was like cranky throughout. I used to get frustrated with everybody around me. But I did lose a lot of weight and also a lot of hair along with that. But my question is like, is keto safe? And if yes or no, like why should people do it or why should people not do it?
Okay, so keto works very well for people who have epilepsy or the ones who get fits a lot. So a lot of pediatric dietitians who work alongside a neurologist, they give ketogenic diets because you really have to calculate every single thing, and it's 90% fat centric diet. Okay, you might not even find enough vegetables there. The diet, because there's a lot of fat, and that works beautifully to reduce the seizures or the epileptic episodes. And also when you work with a neurologist, because I've spoken to clinical dietitians who are my friends who work very closely with these doctors, they want to reduce the size of the enlarged liver, or it could be even a tumor. The size has to be reduced so that they can proceed with the surgery and it will be a success. Now for shrinking the size of the tumor, this works. And even for cancers, it has worked.
Okay.
Right? But then you do it systematically because there are a lot of research studies supporting how good it is. But to be practiced by a registered dietitian, a qualified clinical dietitian, working alongside a doctor, because you have to use the keto sticks. You have to check whether that person has gone into ketosis and keep titrating.
Okay.
This is one. But then it has been used so loosely that every other person, got onto this, thing about, the wave of ketogenic diet. But they would just do keto, but then again swing back to taking some carbohydrates. See, there are individuals who haven't realized that even the chana, rajma that you eat, or else the green peas that you eat, has around 40 to 50 or sometimes even 60% of carbohydrates.
Whoa,
It varies. It varies a lot. So, but it's complex carbohydrate, good carbohydrate. But if you're on keto, this will come in the way, then you are not in ketosis anymore. Okay. So there are times that I've heard from people who are like, I'm on keto diet. And then a little later they might come back and say, no, only today I've given a break. So they don't realize that you go back to day 0 and you have to start from 1. Because metabolically it shifts a lot of things and the amount of fat that you consume.
Right.
So if not done right, it can be disastrous because there are people who swing to taking a little bit of carbs and going back to it, so that has been disastrous. So I've seen certain people, when the keto wave was so high, they lost a lot of weight. And because they didn't also focus on strength training, they just shrunk in size, but then they lost a lot of their strength, their grip strength, their muscle mass and all that went. So that's what we call as sarcopenia. So having less muscle mass itself, and they ended up catching every infection that used to come.
Low immunity.
Seasonal, immunity really went for a 6. So do it the right way if you're doing. See, that's when you have all these celebrities, they have an entourage.
Yes.
You have the doctor, the fitness trainer, you have the best of everyone actually supporting them so that they don't face any of these side effects. Do it right, find the right person. So even when someone approaches me for a keto, I would always say, I know what to do, but I choose not to. But let me direct you to people who are specialized in this, and they work with neurologists very closely. So I send them off to qualified clinical dietitians
especially for keto.
Okay. So, we have a network across India. We know who it is. So I direct them to them. And it has helped few people who have had cancers and tumors and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.